What's up, everybody, and welcome back to All the Things Harry Potter, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Harry Potter series with a cauldron of craft brew on the side. I'm Nate.
I'm Jade.
And I'm Shantell.
And this week, we're going to be getting into Chapter 12 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the Polyjuice Potion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, what did you guys think of the chapter this week?
I liked it. It's one that I've remembered for a real long time. Like, I vividly remember most of the things that happened in this chapter.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a good one. There were a few things rereading it as an adult that I was like, got a couple questions on that. But all in all, a good one.
I thought there was a lot in this chapter, more than other chapters. I kind of feel like the climax of the chapter could have been a chapter all its own. And they had like 3 different sections in this one. It's like they could have broke it up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's not a chapter that's just about one thing. That's for sure.
No, it's a ton of different stuff.
All in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it went by quick, but there was a lot there.
I mean, it's definitely entertaining. I can't say it was a bad chapter. It's just, it's not about one thing, like you said. It's about a lot, and it's a lot.
So yeah, let's hop right into it.
All right.
Like Trevor the Toad.
Oh, Trevor.
You still think he's being held against his will?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
He's for sure a man.
So, in the end of the last chapter, McGonagall was bringing Harry up the stairs to Dumbledore's office. And at the beginning of this chapter, we come to the threshold of the office. The office. The Oval Office of Hogwarts.
Yep.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's Harry's first time at the principal's office. Like, you get some feels before you go into a regular school's principal's office. Yeah. This has got to be whole next level for him.
But he's mainly just focused on how cool all the shit is.
Right.
Like the staircase, and then he sees the door, and then he goes in and he sees all the little instruments that are all silvery. I mean, I can't blame him, but he's like you said, he should be nervous, but he keeps getting distracted by all the cool shit.
Yeah, well, he finds the sorting hat in there.
And tries it on again.
Right. I don't know what possessed him to think, why don't I just pop that on again? You're in the principal's office. You're in the headmaster's office. He is what he is. You don't fuck with stuff in there. Like,
yeah.
No touch, dude.
And he put it on to, like, make himself feel better about his doubts about which house he's in,
Right.
And it's kind of funny because the sorting hat just did what you told it to. So I don't know why you want it to tell you something different.
It's like he was trying to get some confirmation. But I, for one, in reading it, was more like, you got what you wanted. Why are we pushing this? Just go with it. Right.
You literally got what you asked for.
Yeah. I don't know what you think the hat's going to tell you. The hat's going to be like, yeah, I said Slytherin, but you said Gryffindor. So
right.
You're Gryffindor. That wasn't my choice. That was your choice.
Well, and it does say, I stick by what I said last year. You would have been great in Slytherin. And he pops it off his head. He puts it back. But I feel like he could have let it finish. Maybe it wasn't finished.
Right. I did feel like he cut it off.
Maybe it was going to say, yeah, you would have done well in Slytherin, but you also would have been equally fine in Gryffindor. So whichever one you choose, you are, doesn't really change anything.
Right. And standing up to me makes you a Gryffindor.
Going to put the hat on in Dumbledore's office makes you a Gryffindor.
Right.
You know what I mean? No Hufflepuff would do that. They'd sit in the chair and be like, oh, fuck, I'm in trouble.
Unless they're candy. They might touch the candy on the desk.
If somebody puts candy out, it's a rule. People can take it. If it's out on a desk, if it's in a drawer, you got to leave it alone.
Open container or closed container? What if it's got a lid?
Is there another chair on the other side of the desk?
I mean, I would assume so. That's kind of how an office works.
Yeah.
Do you have a chair on the other side of your desk?
No, I face a wall.
See? So if you have closed lid, then stay the fuck out of the candy.
Yes.
But if it's an open lid, fair game.
True.
Otherwise, put it in the fucking drawer.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I feel good about this.
Okay.
So Harry gets a little startled by some noise and it's a old molting bird.
Yeah, the thing doesn't look great. It says it just stares at him, all sullen looking.
And he's like, shit, all I fucking need is for this bird to die while I'm here. Wrong place, wrong timing it again. I don't need that. Tonight I've had enough of that.
It was just funny how fast after he had that thought that his whole fucking world just comes crashing down. And the bird just lights on fire. It says he hollers in shock, but wouldn't you have had the thought? Like, of course. Of fucking course. I no more than had the thought.
I immediately thought, oh, come on.
I think my instinct would have been not what Harry did in looking around for water, but looking around, did anyone else just see this? Is this, that really just happened right now? That's what we're doing tonight? Okay.
Yeah, just kind of sit down and stew and be like, well, okay.
Well, I think that's kind of what he did. I mean, he looked around for a glass of water, but that's all he could do. And by then the bird was gone.
Yeah.
Like it was just a pile of ash. And I feel like he would have been staring at it like, oh fuck, what do you even say? And just at that instance, of course, the door opens and the guy whose bird just blew up walks in the door. Harry's got to be fucking terrified.
Yeah.
But Dumbledore was very calm.
He said he looked somber when he walked in.
But he smiled when Harry mentioned that the bird burst into flames.
He's like, I couldn't do anything. It just caught on fire.
Dumbledore seemed very happy about it, and he was very matter of fact that it was about time that it happened. So I think he should just be happy he's not in trouble for this one.
And then he gave Harry like a little magical creatures lesson on what phoenixes are, which I thought was interesting thing for him to do randomly and just be like, oh, you want to know all the attributes of a phoenix? Here, I'll go through them real quick.
Right, why they're useful to have around as pets. Jim Dale, the guy who narrates these books on Audible, also, he says the word twice, I believe. The first time he says phoenix, and the second time he says a phoenix. And I think it sounds so fucking cool when he says it that way. I mouthed it. I was like, phoenix. Yeah, no, that's cool.
I could see you looking off in the distance at work. Phoenix.
Right. But yeah, he like lists off their positive traits. They can lift a lot of weight from their tail when they're flying. Their tears have healing powers, and they are fiercely fucking loyal pets.
Right.
Triple threat. That, and, you know, it can blow up and be totally fine. It lives forever, apparently.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, long time.
I looked up the fandom about Fawkes just a little bit, and it says that he's immortal, that he won't die, but that he was born sometime before 1938.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
But he's been with Dumbledore a long, long, long time.
So even if he were to die not by old age and then poof and then ash and then back, he would still be alive? Because I feel like, what if like he got killed, maimed, murdered? Then wouldn't you die that way?
Like if someone chopped its head off?
Right.
No, I think it would die because it has to be reborn from the ashes of it bursting into flame when it dies. So I think maybe if it got, like you said, if Fawkes just got its fucking head cut off, I don't think it would come back.
Do any of our listeners out there have Phoenix knowledge? Maybe you can enlighten us on the do's and don'ts of Phoenixes. Can they die?
And
do they die? If they're murdered.
The other thing Dumbledore mentioned is like, you know, it's kind of a shame that you saw him on a burning day. Normally he's really fucking good looking. He's bright red and yellow and he's handsome, I think he said. How often does this thing do this?
I don't know.
Is it like a parrot, you know, every 70 years? Is it every like 5? Does it?
What is the lifespan of a phoenix?
Right. It lives forever, but how long does it live for?
Yeah. Does it molt every year like a dog? Well, like certain dogs do. They get their winter coats.
That would be weird if you had to watch it die every year. But then every year, if it was a dog, every year you would have a puppy.
A puppy, yeah.
I feel like that would be a solid win.
Yeah.
Somebody get to work on Phoenix Dog immediately.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a yearly thing, though. It's probably like 50 years.
I could see that. He has a whole lifespan, and then he gets old and gray, and then he, dies.
It would just so happen that Harry Potter is in the office when it comes to the end of its lifespan.
Right, of course. That's just Harry's luck.
And speaking of Harry's luck, Hagrid runs in the room and is like, Professor, Professor, Professor! It wasn't Harry. And he's all like, ah. He was very worked up and worried about Harry.
Hey, I give him a little bit of credit there. He's just trying to stick up for his boy.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cute, actually.
Yeah, that Dumbledore had to shout him down because he's not fucking guilty. I was with him just a second ago. He didn't have enough time, and Harry wouldn't do something like this, and he's like chainsaw mouth until Dumbledore's like, Hagrid, dude, I fucking know, okay? Let me handle it.
and we know that Hagrid respects Dumbledore and he wouldn't go against him, so it's interesting that he would risk, like, pissing Dumbledore off by, like, bursting into the room in the middle of punishing a student to be like, it wasn't his fault. I'm going to stick up for him.
Right. Well, once McGonagall had a hold of him, Hagrid probably figured it's all over.
Oh, yeah.
That Minerva. So Harry, in his relief, was like, wait, you don't think I did it? And Dumbledore's like, no, quite obviously. No thanks to Hagrid. But he's like, but I still wanted to talk to you. Is there, like, anything you want to tell me?
And boom, he gives them an opening to share some stuff, and he clams up.
He literally goes through the list of everything that's happened this year. He's just like, no, I'm cool.
I feel like this is a very weird exchange, too, because Dumbledore's like, yeah, I still want to talk to you. You got something to tell me, bud?
Yeah. What was he hoping to get out of this conversation? And what's more, this is one of the things I was kind of talking about earlier. There is no conversation.
No.
Dumbledore asks Harry, is there anything you want to tell me about or talk to me about? And Harry goes, no, cut away.
Yeah.
What did Dumbledore say?
Right. And it wasn't weird to Harry that Dumbledore was like, you got something you gotta tell me? Like, that's weird. The whole thing is weird.
I feel like every single thing that went through his head, your feelings about Malfoy, your fear for your friend Hermione getting hurt or fucking killed at this point, your doubts about you being in Gryffindor or Slytherin, your doubts about your defense against the dark arts teacher, all that stuff. You should have said every single one of those things to Dumbledore. The voice in your head that you've heard twice now, like, put it on the table. I kind of feel like Ron was wrong and that he should fucking tell Dumbledore, because if anybody's going to make it right, it's Dumbledore.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. I feel like even if he didn't say most of that stuff, he could have at least been like, hey, so this thing happened in front of the entire school. I can talk to snakes. People are mad about it. So that's maybe what you want me to talk to you about?
That's the feelings on that.
Yeah.
It's like a safe topic to talk about. It's not something that you're hiding.
Right.
Or that Ron says you shouldn't tell people about, because, like, everybody saw him talk to the snake. I just feel like he could have talked to Dumbledore about that. Would have been a safe conversation. It wouldn't have been weird. And Harry wouldn't have had to, like, shut down Dumbledore so weirdly.
And like I was saying, this is one of the weird parts in this chapter where it's just like, okay, that's done. Almost next chapter. Like, there should have been another chapter. She just didn't have a title for it. So she's like, we'll just mix these two together. It'll be fine.
Yeah, she felt it was too short, so she just stuck it